for every action of energy, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So when you hit this thing here, it's going to mechanically activate, give you reaction time and some deflection away. This is kind of cool, first of all, because when you cut, my rule is before you step, put on a chain brake. And it's a lot easier, depending on your position, if you're cutting something, to put it on with this than it is to roll your hand and so forth and get the bar going behind you, unless you're going down a hill because you can slip over the back of it type thing. So this is many things. It's safety, productivity, and so forth that way. But it also protects in a felling position if it turns around. Now, I want you to understand there's two types of chain brake. This is an inertia activated brake. This doesn't have the handle on the back. Okay, this is new technology. It's not new for us, we've had it out forever. But it's hard to be accepted in the US. It's been in Europe, they love it. But in technology that has inertia brake, if this hits the top corner, that saw can come around very quickly because your hand nowhere activates a chain brake. So what we've done and what the industry has done, we were the first ones. Who cares? Everybody now that's playing is using it. And if they're playing, they're selling their saws through Smitty's. They're not selling them down the road, and they're not selling it whooping mark. But this has got movement of the chain, if you will. If this hits here and takes off, that chain brake goes on automatically. So by the time it would come into my body, it's going to stop running. Or if my buddy's pulling brush here, which we don't have time to get into. I mean, there are many injuries where the guy's coming in and that thing kicks off a sapling and whacks him right in the shins or in the hands or something. This chain brake automatically goes on. If you want to test it, if you got a Husqvarna saw, you got it. We've been doing it for a long time. If you got some of the other stuff, by the way, we do take trade-ins, but if you're buying something here, you're going to get it. But here's how you can test what you got. You got movement. If you just take this from your waist and drop it on a soft object, you can see that that brake goes on automatically. In other words, I got movement, I got no movement. And what that simulates, I've got movement. If that thing hits here, that brake goes on. It expends, as Newton taught us, the energy to where it's going to come around to your body, but you got a saw that is not moving. So he's going to be less apt to be injured, and you're going to be less apt to be injured. Are there any southpaws in here? Left-handers? You guys are gifted, they say, whatever. And I really believe that of sorts. But if you use a chainsaw, you should use it right-handed. It's really built that way. If you use a chainsaw left-handed, first of all, you're making back cuts like this, bam. If it kicks or pinches and kicks, it's very close to your body. It's hard to hold this, and if you're making back cuts down here, it's really hard to hold it here. It's real easy to hold it here. If I'm using this position here, the bar moves away from my body. It's a lot easier to use. If I'm using it here, left-handed, I'm cutting across my right leg into my left leg. No good. If the saw kicks, it doesn't activate the chain brake. It's not designed to where you put your hand there. Here, it does. Stays to the right side of your body. Look at, I'm a guitar guy, Ian. One of my heroes is Jimi Hendrix. Guitar player, pretty poor, although he went and fought for our country in the war. And he took a guitar right-handed, turned it backwards, upside down, refretted it, and I don't care what your musical taste is, because you gotta like blues. I mean, he's one of the best. You gotta like some rock, maybe? I mean, he did ballads, he did all, but the bottom line, that guy can play guitar, could play guitar. And he figured out. So here's the deal. If you're left-handed and this is uncomfortable for you, then use it this way. Understand, though, that you're going to be statistically more prone to injury and so forth that way. But you certainly, OSHA says you can do it if you present a case of logic that I can do it this way, this creates more chance of injury for me to do it. But understand there's many, many reasons. And in the hands-on classes, when you're left-handed, we kind of set you up to get into some situations where it's really difficult to use it that way, just so that you might say, you know what, maybe I need to just try and work on it that way.